Hi, my name is Lindsey Kane, and today I'm going to be taking some measurements of the upper extremity range of motion using a goniometer. The first measurement that we're going to take is for shoulder flexion. So for shoulder flexion, my client is sitting and the humerus is at a neutral position. The axis of the goniometer is center of the humerus, distal to the acromion process, on the lateral aspect of the humerus. The stationary arm is going to be parallel with the trunk, and the movable arm is going to be parallel with the humerus. We're going to raise the arm to the front along a sagittal plane. And this measurement actually starts at 0 and can go all the way to 170. And for my client, this measurement right now is 150 degrees. Okay, the next one we're going to do is shoulder extension. And just like flexion, my client is seated. The humerus is in a neutral position. The axis of the goniometer, again, is at the center of the humerus, distal to the acromion process on the lateral aspect of the humerus. The stationary arm is going to be parallel to the trunk, and the movable arm is going to be parallel to the humerus. Now we're going to take the arm back, make sure that there's nothing obstructing the humerus in the back. We're going to take the arm back, and this measurement ranges from 0 degrees to 60 degrees, and for my client, this measurement is 60 degrees. Good. The next measurement we're going to take is for shoulder abduction, that's abduction, abduction. And for this one, again, the client is seated. The humerus is adducted and externally rotated. Okay? And we're going to take the axis of the goniometer. It's going to sit on the acromion process on the posterior surface of the shoulder. The stationary arm is parallel to the trunk of the body, and the movable arm is going to be parallel to the humerus. We're going to raise the arm along a frontal plane, and this measurement goes from 0 degrees to 170, but for my client, this measurement right now is 140 degrees. Okay, next one. The next one we're going to do is shoulder internal rotation. For this one, again, my client is seated, and we're going to have her humerus adducted. Her elbow is going to be at 90 degrees, and her forearm is going to be in a mid position perpendicular to her body. The axis of the goniometer is going to be on the olecranon of the elbow. The stationary arm and also the movable arm are going to be parallel with the forearm. We're going to take the arm and swing it towards the body. And that is a range that starts at 0 degrees and goes to 60 degrees. And for my client today, this measurement is 45 degrees. The next one we're going to do is shoulder externally rotated. And for this one, client is seated, humerus is adducted, and it's very important on this one that the humerus stay adducted the entire time. The elbow is at 90 degrees. The forearm is in a mid position perpendicular to the body. The axis of the goniometer is on the olecranon of the elbow. The stationary and the movable arm are parallel to the forearm. On this one, we're going to take the arm out, away from the body, make sure that the humerus stays adducted, and this measurement starts at 0 and the range goes to 80. For my client, this is a 70-degree measurement. Okay. Next one. The last ones that we're going to do today are elbow flexion. For elbow flexion, again, the client is seated. The arm, the humerus is adducted and externally rotated with the forearm supinated. We're going to put the axis of the goniometer on the lateral epicondyle of the humerus, right at the end of the elbow crease. The stationary arm is going to be parallel with the humerus, and the movable arm is going to be parallel with the radius. Now for extension, this measurement right here, it should be 0. There are some people that go back further, but for the most part, this is 0. So her measurement, my client's measurement for elbow extension today is 0 degrees. Now we're gonna move it up on a frontal plane of motion. And this range of measurement starts at 0 degrees and goes to 135 to 150 degrees. But for my client today, that measurement is 145 degrees. All right, well, thank you very much. I hope this clarifies some measurements of range of motion for the upper extremities. Thanks a lot.